say some days you're gonna win. You say some days you're gonna lose. I tell you, I got news for you. You're losing all the time, you never win. No. If you believe that's how it's gonna be, I better put you down. Get up, you take your book, you come out on the ground. You gotta save me now. You better turn around. And I looked around. I was heading down on somebody throw me down the line. This is some days you gotta give. This is some days you gotta take. That's the way it's gotta be. Roll it over and you will see. The city streets are full of people going nowhere, making time. The change from night to day is really only out just along the line. Can't you see the sign? When I looked around.
Good morning, my friends. It's a Thursday, the 4th day of September, the start of the Alton Expo. Saw that Ferris wheel down on the riverfront. A lot of people getting ready to have fun this weekend, and hope that your Thursday's off to the best start possible. I know that mine is. We got a great day. It is 60 degrees right now, and it just feels great. A high of like 73 today. We'll take it. We got a little bit of rain, so I don't necessarily have to water flowers today. We're looking pretty good. We got a full show for all of you in just a couple of minutes. Friend of the show, Margaret Hopkins, will be joining us, and she'll be filling us in on Lucy Haskell Playhouse with the latest details on upcoming events and activities at the historic landmark and so much more. Then at 10:10, we're going to be learning about Uncle Jeff's shirts, this immersive puzzle that's a part of the shirt now. And then Vickie's going to fill us in on that from Party on Broadway. At 10:35, Alton Grace United Methodist Church Pastor Alan Abert's going to join us and fill us in on upcoming events, opportunities to engage, and so much more. But in the meantime, here's what you need to know on this 4th day of September. Make sure you download that RiverBender.com app today. A tragic incident occurred on Wednesday night on Martin Luther King Drive in Godfrey, where a pedestrian was fatally struck by a vehicle between Godfrey Road and Northport Drive. Emergency responders from the Madison County Sheriff's Office, Godfrey Fire Department, and Alton Memorial Ambulance arrived promptly and provided medical aid, but sadly, the victim was pronounced deceased at the scene. The Madison County Coroner's Office and Accident Reconstruction Unit are currently investigating the circumstances that are surrounding the collision. Authorities have closed MLK Drive to continue their work during that time period. It is reopened now. There is no additional details that have been released yet. We will keep you updated when they do get announced to us. Alton Community Unit School District Number 11 became a phone-free district starting this past spring, with students required to lock their cell phones in yonder pouches during the entire instructional day, including passing periods and lunch. Superintendent Elaine Kane joined us on the show yesterday and reports that students, they've quickly adapted, showing greater focus and engagement. Teachers and parents have noted increased social interaction, with students sharing activities like book clubs and games during breaks throughout school. Addressing safety concerns, Kane assures the emergency communication remains the district's responsibility, coordinated with local law enforcement. The policy does aim to foster a stronger school culture and enhance the overall student experience. Also in the news today, and more serious news, Austin M. Wallace, 20 years of age, of Granite City, is currently facing serious felony charges, including armed robbery, vehicle invasion, and aggravated battery. Here's what we know. On the 27th of August, Wallace allegedly used a pellet gun to rob an elderly victim, 60 years or older, stealing money and a cell phone. He reportedly forced entry into the victim's vehicle, assaulted them, causing a broken jaw, and fled the scene. Surveillance captured Wallace shooting at the victim's vehicle windows and violently attacking them. Wallace initially denied involvement, but admitted the weapon was a BB gun. He remains in custody at the Madison County Jail. 3 men from Wentzville, Missouri, McCavian Thompson, Keon Thompson, and Jaden Davis now face felony charges after allegedly threatening residents in Alton while displaying firearms. Here's what we know. On the 7th of August, the trio reportedly approached a home on Thumper Court, intimidating occupants with a semi-automatic handgun and an air rifle. Keon Thompson faces additional weapon charges for illegally possessing a handgun under the age of 21, while Davis is charged with aggravated assault for brandishing an air rifle in a threatening manner. All three were charged with Class 4 felony mob action charges and have been remanded to jail pending court appearances. We'll keep you updated if more details do get announced. Finally, in the news today, Godfrey Mayor Mike McCormick has vetoed Ordinance 27-2025, which proposed a 1% grocery tax rate hike, expressing concerns about overburdening residents. This veto was issued just a few days ago and references the Illinois statutes and reflects the mayor's conservative stance on taxation. McCormick highlighted that previous sales tax increases on other items have already balanced village revenues, and he is confident services will remain unaffected without the grocery tax. This marks the first veto of his tenure, with the mayor emphasizing the importance of offering tax relief amid rising state tax hikes. Both sales and grocery tax measures will require state approval by October to take effect next year. Let's take a look at weather. Man, it's beautiful today, but my allergies are kind of acting up. 58 degrees in downtown Alton, humidity up. It feels like 66 out there, humidity at 77%. Today, sunny to partly cloudy and pleasant, and tonight, partly cloudy. Air quality right now is at 62, which is why I'm feeling a little frog in my throat today. I need a Claritin. It's moderate. Mold is moderate today, and so is the ragweed count. Temperatures reach 73 degrees today, drop down to 58 overnight as we head into our rainy Friday. On Friday, mostly cloudy and a couple of showers beginning at midday. It will be breezy in the morning, but listen to this. A high of only 67 degrees, a low of 50. Get ready for false fall. On Saturday, partly sunny skies, a high of 74, a low of 48 degrees. On Sunday, sunny skies, a high of 74, a low of 45. And on Sunday, Atlanta Rhythm Section is going to be playing at Max on their new stage. That's going to be awesome. On Monday, another day of sunny skies, a high of 75, a low of 51. That's a look at the next 5. Here's what's happening now. It's 58 degrees in downtown Alton. It don't feel like it out there. It feels like 66 for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. This time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm. Get over here, agent. Hey, just was filling you in that starting today from 5 to 10 p.m. is the Alton Expo. This is going to be a great 4 days of fun. I mean, why aren't you a part of this? This is really just the Alton staple, and excited to invite you all to it. You know, the amphitheater has a ton of fun lined up for the next couple of days. Starting today from 5 to 10 p.m., you can take your family down to the expo, listen to some great live music, enjoy some great food, see some great vendors. Then on September 5th, that's Friday, from 5 to 11 p.m., the Dirty Mugs will be taking the stage, and DJ She Beats will be on there performing before Dirty Mugs, plus the carnival rides, the atmosphere, and more. On Saturday, it runs 1 to 11 p.m., and then more music lined up on Saturday plus Sunday. It's my favorite day of the expo. Seriously is. All the families around, the lawn chair day, I call it, and everyone just relaxing and enjoying the end of the weekend and beginning of the week. Porch Cafe will be playing from 1 to 5 p.m. on September the 7th. That's Sunday. Go to AltonRiverfrontAmphitheater.com to get all the details on each day of the Alton Expo, but it's the big one. The Alton Expo's here. And don't forget to tell them once you stop down there that CJ sent you over their way. Okay, 9:18. We'll take a quick break. I'll send you back to the riverfront so you can see that Ferris wheel again, and we'll take a break, come back, chat it up with Margaret, have some fun on a Thursday. You stay there, and I'm here in the studio. You're watching our daily show on Riverbender. over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job. There's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Girl, let me show you how country feels. Put your hair down, get you some of this laid on back. Kick your shoes off, kick them off. Get you some of this slow down fast. I'll take you up and down these hollers and hills.
922, welcome back. Margaret Hopkins in studio, Lucy Haskell Playhouse. How's life treating you?
It's great.
There's no Debbie in the studio today? Nobody?
No Debbie, no Sarah. You know, I'm all lone survivor today.
How's your summer been? Good?
It's good, fast. Can't believe it.
Well, and too, how are your open houses throughout the summer and the birthday?
Very, very good. We've had some fun things for the kids to do. The last open house in August, they had fun with water. They played with squirt guns and had like minute-to-win-it games. And so we've had some good attendance at the open houses. So.
Well, and that's great to note, too, because it really showcases why Lucy Haskell Playhouse is such a special place, too.
Right.
Because there's no other venue like this
exactly.
in the region, really.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, and also, it's a time for us this part of the year to support the Playhouse again. And honestly, these bricks are such a cool piece, and they stay forever, and you're always going to have a piece of your history at the Playhouse. Take me through this.
Okay, so we did this last year. It had been a while since we've had a brick sale. So last year we brought it back, and so we've decided to do it annually. So it will run now. It's running now through October the 15th.
Really cool.
And so you can get a form. It'll be up on our Facebook page and our website very soon. But you can also use this easy QR code. We're hooked to the Zeffy online nonprofit. All of the money that goes through Zeffie comes back to us. Just to make it clear, there is a form where Zeffie will ask you if you want to help support them, but you can bypass that by entering a zero there, and it's all fine. So anyway, that's new for us this year, which it makes it easy for anybody to purchase online. So, we'll be running it until October 15th, and then we'll get the bricks back and have them placed before Christmas.
Well, and I think what you guys do so well is inform the public in a very transparent way, all the ways that you guys have, updated and kept contributing to the Playhouse with the funds that are generated. And if you guys go to HaskellPlayhouse.org, you can see all of the different repairs and all the different just renovations and updates that you guys have made since 2014.
Exactly. And we have some new exciting ones that I hope to share with you. Yeah. In the future, yeah.
Well, and honestly, I was just thinking about this. I love the idea of having a children's birthday party at the Playhouse. How would that not be a great setting for, especially the younger ones, the 2 to 5s and the 2 to 7? That's perfect.
Sure, yeah, it is. And it's not only that, but we've had like baptismal parties there.
No kidding.
Yeah, we've had showers, ladies' clubs come for a meeting or something, very small, but yeah.
It's a great setting.
Yeah, it is.
And
it is unique.
Can we reach out to rent it?
You can get on the website. There's a contact information there, and
right
you can,
there.
and somebody will respond to you. Yes.
Well, I just wanted to make sure people have a reminder of that, because that really is a great opportunity for so many folks. And
it is.
It goes back into this brick fundraiser because it's really the neighborhood and the folks of the area who help support you guys and the landmark.
Exactly, yeah. And we have one more open house for the season. It's hard to believe that the season's already over. But the next one, and the last one, will be Saturday, September the 13th. And we're doing a First Responders Day, a special day to thank our first responders and our community heroes. So we want to pack the park with lots of inquisitive children and thankful people. So we'll have a fire truck, an ambulance, and a police car there for the kids to explore. And those officers and fire people and ambulance people will be there to answer questions for the kids. And then they can come into the Playhouse and be able to write a little thank you note to them.
I think it's so cool that our area first responders have such a great community, a great relationship with the community. They love being a part of these type of events.
Exactly.
So cool.
Yeah.
Well, and now this is also the date that I got wrong, because I kept telling you guys Friday the 13th, and I don't know. I guess I just was really stuck on an omen. I don't. This is Saturday, September the 13th, 10 to noon, right at the Playhouse. You don't have to register. Just show up. Just show up and have fun.
Right.
And I just love this. And now will more information on the fundraiser be there?
They can pick up those forms that day if they want to, too. Also, we have, all summer, we've had a special display in the bookcase at the library.
That's right, with the baseball.
With baseball.
Yeah.
And so this will be your last opportunity to enter the drawing we're giving away a lot of the things that are memorabilia that are in the bookcase. So
That's
if you
so
want to
cool.
just come and register your name, and then you may be a lucky winner. So
I love this.
Yeah.
Well, and now how long's the turnaround time for the brick?
Well, we hope to have them in by Christmas, so it'll probably take us a month to get them back.
And when you guys get them, do they go in the following spring because of
No, we'll put them
wow.
in. No, we'll get them back this fall and put them in before Christmas.
That's so cool. So during the luminaries, if you get out early enough, you can see it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
Exactly.
Look at that, tying it all in together.
That's right.
Well, and I just love the fact that you guys are so committed to the Playhouse Association and really just Middletown as a whole. And I think that that's the success of the neighborhood is really why the Playhouse is so successful in a way, too. It's a hand-in-hand approach.
It is. And we really try to do something a little bit different during our open houses because if you don't have anything to encourage people to come, something different, something fun, then it gets to be the same old thing every month. So our members are really creative and come up with some fantastic ideas for things to do.
Well, and it's good for the public to note it's not just a Middletown exclusive party.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I love it because there's so many younger families out there, and even families that just maybe don't want to spend another $50 to go to St. Louis.
It's all free. Yes.
And it's all unique. That's what I think. It's all cool stuff. It's all really neat. And then with the birthday party, I'm sure all the kids had fun with the pony rides and everything.
We did. It was a very, very, very hot day.
Was it really?
We really did. We were pleased that we probably had about 200 people, which was despite the weather, we had a good turnout. So we were very, very pleased.
That's fantastic.
And then we have 3 more story hours coming up this fall.
Is that through Hainer?
It's through Hainer's Children's Library. Yes. So they're coming September the 12th, which is the day before the First Responder Day. And the theme that day will be first responder stories for the kids, and then we'll encourage them all to come back the next day.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. And then we have 2 more after that in October and November, and I failed to write those dates down, but they will be on the Facebook page pretty soon. And those are from 10 until 11.
Are those normally
days.
on Saturdays?
No, those are Fridays.
Oh, Fridays.
Those
okay.
are Fridays.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, and that's good to note, too, for the families. Maybe plan a little bit of an early day and take your kiddos. It's a really cool event, and to see the pictures of it is such a cool thing on Hayner's page and yours.
And you know what? It's fun because they can make a day, if the weather's nice, they can make a day of it. You know, you come, listen to the story hour, bring a little picnic lunch, go play on the playground, have lunch.
Go to Duke's beforehand.
Oh, there you go. It's even better.
Margaret, you had a moment to take a break with me.
Sure.
I got to pay a bill.
Sure. Okay.
9:30, a little bit of change. We're going to come back, talk about more ways we can help support the Playhouse. Get your name on a brick, get your family's name on a brick, because you have a lot of space to kind of work with when it comes to this.
You
and
do.
We'll talk about those options.
Okay.
We'll be here. You'll stay there on RiverBender.com and Roku TV. With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job. There's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Then that time I went and said goodbye. Now I'm back and not ashamed to cry. Ooh, baby, yeah, I'm sealed.
9:33. I was just telling Margaret I put a sweatshirt on too early. They turned the air conditioner. I'm like Elvis at the end. I'm sweating everywhere, you know?
You're gonna need it when you go outside, though.
Is it chilly still?
It's chilly.
Man, so with that being said, no better time to go to the Playhouse either and read under the gazebo and
There you go.
and utilize the playground. And
Right.
then sledding season's coming
Coming up, yeah.
Also, just going back into this, I love the fact that with the bricks, you really have a lot of space to work with. It's not just kind of like, all right, 3 initials and we got to guess. You have a bigger palette there to work from.
Sure. And it's not, you can do it in memory, in honor.
Yeah.
You can just a special date or anniversary, a wedding, anything like that to make it special for someone.
Yeah.
Or yourself or your family. Yeah.
Well, I just think it's so cool. Now, how many bricks do you guys have out? Do you know how many?
Oh, I've never really counted.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would be. Last year, I think we installed like 12 new additional bricks last year. So we hope to do at least the same this year.
Are you ever going to run out of space out there?
Not for a long time.
Unless we get 200 right now to go ahead and say, let's go ahead and do
That's right.
this.
Yeah.
I really hope so, because there's something cool about, especially my grandparents did that with the property. I always forget the facility down on the river that has all the machines that are the American Water Building and all of that.
Okay.
They have the pavement brick in there.
Okay.
They did something there, and it was kind of cool to go see that. And you get to take your little ones there and also just enjoy and support in a really cool way.
I know when I take my grandchildren to the park, they always like to look for their brick with their initials
Do
on
they?
it. Yeah.
And the one thing is, though, they just never change. They're always going to be in that spot.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I love it, though. And now what I think is so cool is you guys added an online way to make this a little bit easier for everyone, or a little faster anyway.
A little bit faster, yes.
And what date's the cutoff for this again?
October 15th, forms have to be in, so we'll be ordering that day.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have like little bit, five weeks or so.
And now, with that, in the online version, do you have to print off a form and still send it to you?
I think Sarah has put a way on there. She describes it to you. But if you want a form, you know what? She's put a name and address thing. So if we have questions about what you've submitted, we will call you to be sure that we have the information in the right form. So
I love this. And now, just real quick, though, how's everything been with the newest additions to the Playhouse?
My gosh. Youth is wonderful. We have 3 new members within the last year and a half, and they have made an enormous contribution. Just this alone, getting us on this app has been wonderful. We used it for the first time for the birthday party, and we had a tremendous success in our merchandise sales and online donations because of that. Yeah. Do
you guys get many out of state online merchandise?
We don't get not for merchandise.
Okay.
No. I mean, occasionally get them online for just the trust fund.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but not usually for merchandise.
Well, I can honestly see this, Margaret, being a thing where the more online you guys are and active, that folks around because it's such a unique place. I mean, there really isn't much like Lucy Haskell Playhouse around.
Right,
This
exactly.
is so cool.
Yeah.
Well, and now if folks are interested in being a part of the association, or because we already shared a couple of months ago that there is a monthly donation option now.
Well, there's a Playhouse patron.
Yeah.
And so that's $25 a year.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So you can help us out there. You can do that online at the website, haskellplayhouse.org. And if you just want to make a donation, you get a choice. If you want to be a patron, you'll get an annual newsletter from us telling you what activities we've done, what projects we have planned, and upcoming events and whatever. But yeah, $25 annually does support us. Now, the funds that we get from the brick sales or merchandise sales and all that goes to our expenses that we have for events and different programs that we offer during the year. So it's the trust account goes strictly for restoration and maintenance.
The true
the big bucks.
Yeah. Well, and it's good. It's really, I just like the way you're transparent about it too, because maintaining a building like this, I'm sure, has its challenges, and to find material and everything else, I'm sure it gets a little tricky sometimes. And it's good to let the public, be aware of this and go out and support. And really quick too, going back to September the.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you.
Don't do this, CJ. You were doing so good in this interview, the 13th, because I pulled it up on my computer. Yes. I was right. I should have used my confidence, my fake confidence, and just gone with it. This is really cool. It's the last open house for the Playhouse of the year, and this is a thank you to first responders, which I think is so cool. You can bring your little ones and thank first responders for yourselves, and do the touch-a-trust. Everyone loves those.
Well, sure, exactly.
I've never seen so
up
many
and close
kids.
and personal. Yes. Yes, exactly.
You know, it's so funny. I've always thought, well, that's unique. And then every time I drive by one of those, the line on it, you need a fast pass to get in.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, sorry.
And we have one more thing that I wanted to promote, and that was our annual visit with Santa.
Oh, yeah.
And that's coming up on December the 6th. That's the first Saturday of December, and it will be from noon until 2. And Santa will be there, and for your own little private visit with him inside the Playhouse. So it'll be fun.
That will be a lot of fun. And we'll keep you updated as we get closer to December on that, just to re-inform the public of it. And honestly, just go out to this open house on Saturday, September the 13th. It's 10 to noon. And then you have an opportunity to write a thank you note for the local first. And they love that. They really do.
Sure, exactly.
Story times at the Playhouse?
Story times for 3 months this fall, September, October, November. The September is the 12th, and just go on the Facebook page, Lucy Haskell Playhouse, for the other dates. I'm sorry, I didn't have that with me, but October and November from 10 until 11 those days. That's a Friday.
Really cool. And we'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com to make sure we're all connected. Margaret, it's always great talking with you.
Thank you.
And as always, if somebody just wants to write a check that has the number 1 and maybe 5 or 6 zeros on it, it would be a really, really great day for the Playhouse.
It would be.
Just say tax deductible. Uncle Sam would love you.
That's right.
We'll take a quick break. Margaret, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
More Daily Show next.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accident.
Oh, and I don't drink whiskey. I don't know how it feels to hurt. Oh, and I ain't been lonely since you said goodbye.
Welcome back. Daily Show, 1031. Elaine Kane is the superintendent for Alton Community Unit School District number 11. I almost typed that out right. I always forget to put unit in there, you know?
I don't think anyone misses it if you leave it out.
How's everything been to start the school year?
It's been a fantastic start to the school year.
Well, everything's looking great at the high school campus. The field up there, I wish I had, you know, the turf up there.
I bet you do. I bet you do.
But, you know, it seems like there's a lot of good energy right now around the school district. And as it sits, how's things just overall pretty good?
Yeah, we've had, like I said, it's just been a pleasant start to the school year. Our students came back upbeat and optimistic, as did our staff. And so we've just, we've really remarked that we're grateful that things are just going really well.
Well, and now right in front of me, you do have one of the cell phone pouches that
Yes.
are, and now are they at every school within the district?
Just the middle school and high school.
Okay. And now these are to be locked throughout the entire day, correct?
Correct.
And does it go by a class basis to where, you have to take them out and then you go back into your new class and you set them in a different...
No.
Oh, cool. Okay, this is interesting. I'm learning today.
Yeah. So these are Yonder pouches. And so we announced in the spring that we were going to be cell phone free for our entire instructional day. So that includes in between classes and at lunch. And so in the morning at the middle school and the high school, students store their pouches. I was actually at the high school this morning. So every student is issued a pouch. The pouch has a magnetic closure. And so they store their phone before they walk into the building. And, we have open gate systems, so they pass their phone around because the open gate is triggered by a cell phone or a Chromebook. And then at the end of the day, at dismissal, they find one of these unlocking mechanisms, and then it's just a magnetic
Pop out. Okay.
Yeah, pops out.
Well, and now, see, I think it makes total sense to me. I really do. And that's coming from me, who was the most distracted student in the world. And I said it whenever you guys implemented the policy that it's going to take some time to get used to, because we were all so used to having, the phone right there. But I think it's great. It gives more interaction time between students and, more time to really focus on what matters the most.
And, it is a big adjustment, which is why we started the communications early. And that's why our response really, if students are struggling with the expectation, our response is to help them become successful in the setting. But just like we know, people will do what's expected of them. And so our students have adjusted really quickly and really well. We're very happy about how things are looking and feeling at Alton High School and Alton Middle School. Now, the elementary students never had phones on their person or in their classes, so that wasn't a place where we were storing, but it was definitely a middle school and high school habit. And we know that those phones are designed to compel people to look at them, right? And so helping to overcome that compulsion is part of the pouch system, but also leaving the phone in the student's possession. So this way, your phone's with you all day.
Right.
You don't have to worry about it being lost or misplaced or stolen, because you still have your own phone, but you also don't have access to it during the school day.
I think it's a really good thing, and I also think it helps with slowing down too, because if things maybe go a little wonky with a friendship, or you never know what happens in middle school and high school, we aren't right away responding. We can catch our breath a little bit and come up hopefully with a better solution to that too. And I think it's a really smart plan. And now, have you been able to kind of just take a look at the atmosphere since the pouches, and just take me through that, comparatively speaking to your time before it?
Well, there's so many anecdotal stories coming from the high school and middle school, and really a lot of students have said that it's much easier for them to focus in class. But the very first day, the very first passing period, it was striking how many good mornings and how much eye contact. You just realized how often you were looking at the top of someone's head as they're walking.
Right.
They get out of class and they're on their phones. And so that's been wonderful. The very first day at lunch, we had students who had brought Uno and games to play at lunch, where they're having fun with their friends. We had students start a book club, and so they're all reading the same book, and they sit together at lunch and talk about the book. Our librarian has said that she's never had so many books checked out ever all year, let alone at the beginning of the year. So we know students are utilizing the library, which is exciting. And our teachers, one of the teachers said that the very first class period, she looked up and she said, it just struck me. I've never seen, the complete and total attention of every student,
right.
Because there's always somebody who's checking something really quickly on their phone. And so those pieces have been just really fun to see. And I think some of the parent feedback has been that they've noticed when their students come home, they're more interactive. So they're talking about their day because they've been interacting all day. And so those are the pieces, the move was not made for any negative reason. The reason we decided to go cell phone free is because we think it's the right thing to do. And hard, sometimes the right thing to do is hard, but worth it, right? And so we did it because we want to set an excellent experience for our students on campus. And we believe that this is a step in developing the culture that we intend to create.
I think it's great. I really do. I think it's fantastic. And I'm glad that it's going off to that good of a start. And really, it's exciting to hear that there's more of those personalized and more, I guess you'd say, a traditional or old school approach to school. And that's going to the library and bringing in games and creating clubs. And I saw this over here because it takes me into my next point, this internship program. Fill me in on this because I saw a little bit about it. This is a great way for area businesses to come together and help the next up and coming generation of the Riverbend.
Yes, absolutely. So, our goal is to help students develop the skills that lead them to any opportunity they want to pursue when they graduate, right? So we're thinking about preparing our graduates. And one of the things that we know we need to do more intentionally is create opportunities outside of the school walls. And so we've done some of this through some pathways that we've developed that lead kids to endorsements on their diploma, for example, in medical professions. So we have students who are placed at the hospital. But we're really right now seeking partnerships to provide a broader range of internship experiences for students. And so we are partnering with the Alton Educational Foundation, and Dr. Christy Baumgartner is now their executive director. And so she created a handbook, an internship handbook. And what's happening right now is we're seeking interested employers who would consider having a student intern second semester. So the application process is happening first semester, and then there will be student applicants and even an interview process if the employer prefers. And then we're identifying students who can be placed in a work setting for second semester. And it's essentially 60 hours. We schedule the 60 hours in collaboration with the employer. So it doesn't have to be like you're thinking of the high school schedule. It's not like you go to the workplace for 50 minutes during 6 hour or 5 days a week, right? We can be creative with that schedule. So a student may have come to the workplace Tuesday and Thursday for 2.5 hours, and then they're out early Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Same thing in the morning. So it works really well in the morning and first thing in the morning and the afternoon. But we can even do creative things around lunch. And so that's, I think, a credit-bearing opportunity for a student. They get an elective credit for participating in that internship.
That's super cool and great experience as well. And what's the best way to reach out for that?
You know what? The best way, and I have a flyer here I'll have to give you for your...
I was reading it upside down.
Yeah, good. Yeah, well, yeah, that's a great skill to have. So really, the arrangements are being made you can email info@altoned.org. Or you can call 618-363-1038, and you'll get a hold of Christy Baumgartner, and she'll get you going.
That's really cool. And before we take a break, one thing I wanted to hit on was your new trades program. They're building a house at Alton High.
Isn't it wonderful?
This is so cool.
Yes.
How did this develop?
Yes. Well, here's the deal. We've had construction trades since I was in high school, and before. And the students in that class used to build a home. You would probably think of the J.B. Johnson Vocational Center, which is, still partially intact. That's what we built the high school around. And for the past about 20 years, they had scaled back from building homes, and they're still having construction trades. They were building sets for the plays. They were building ticket booths. They were building, the lending libraries that you see out in the community, but not a total home. Well, we really wanted to bring that experience back, right, from ground up.
Right.
I mean, that's an amazing accomplishment, and a lot of our graduates from my cohort back in the day will tell you, I built this house. They still can drive by the homes they built and talk about it. So in conversation with Paul Yost of Tycon Builders, we were talking about our goal to restore the home building program. Well, Paul is a graduate, and he said, as I'm at this point in my career, it would be really wonderful if I could give back to the program that created my livelihood. And so he became our builder partner.
That's so cool.
And he had access to some lots in the Woodlands subdivision. But when he talked to the developers of the subdivision, they said, no, we want to go ahead and sell a lot to the high school. So our school board bought actually 2 lots in Woodland subdivision. So we have home sites for this year, which they've already poured the foundation. I don't know if you're following them on Facebook, but
That's incredible.
I'm not kidding. I was out there the day the concrete trucks were coming and they had the forms up and the students were so excited. And they'll have a home this spring that'll be for sale.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and it's going to be beautiful. I don't know if you've been out there, but it's a beautiful neighborhood.
And we'll link the Facebook page on the article, too, so you guys can follow along. But it's just one of those really cool things that I wanted to touch on before we come back from break. It's 10:42. We'll come back with a little bit more of a link. Hey, the superintendent of the Alton School District, and we'll carry on this Wednesday after this one.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Munganast Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and it will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Munganast Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Munganast Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Don't you ever leave? Lay down, Sally. I'm resting in my arms. Don't you think you want someone to talk to? Lay down, Sally.
Welcome back. 10:44. Superintendent Elaine Kane back in the studio. And, as we're getting back into this conversation, you were talking a little bit during the break about your updated crisis management plan, which is always important to talk about because you never know when you need to know some of this information. And since this updated cell phone policy, you guys went in and reworked that crisis management plan, correct?
Exactly. A lot of the feedback and questions we received from parents in the spring was related to our communications if there's an emergency on campus. If their students aren't going to have their cell phones, then who is going to let parents know when something's going on campus? Well, the truth is we never relied on students to communicate in a case of an emergency. We were always communicating, but some of that was coming from rumor mill or student perception that maybe something was happening. And so our team attended a training alongside our Madison County Sheriff's Department partners and the Alton Police Department. And the training was provided by the Madison County ROE. And the standard response protocol is from the I Love You Guys Foundation. So it's a well-researched response protocol, and it's action-based. So we teach students that there are 5 actions. And if there's something going on campus, we would communicate to them what they need to do in response to the event on campus. But what you'll hear is one of the actions is hold. And sometimes students confuse if there's something happening outside the classroom and we hold up a passing period, immediately, the perception is we're on lockdown and there's something really dangerous going on. But a hold could be for a number of reasons. For example, there could be a medical event happening with one single staff member or student. We'll hold students in the classroom so that we can tend to the medical event in the hallway. So when we say hold, students will know we're on hold, but they'll have a better idea that it's not a lockdown or something more accelerated.
And that happens more times than I think folks realize, because that happened when I was in high school with a teacher. And you're right, because all of a sudden you start texting everybody before the policy, and it's like, man, we're on lockdown. And all of a sudden, 4 minutes later, you're like, oh, I probably shouldn't have told everybody that, Yes. So it's good. It's good notes.
Yes. And it's, it's just the way it is, I mean, that is immediately, when there's an event, rumors, They
spreads.
and they accelerate, right? And so that's a key action. Secure would be to be inside and lock the door. So this could be a secure might be there's an unidentified person on campus.
Gotcha.
Very likely no one's in danger, but you know what? We have a person on campus. We haven't, we're going to make sure the doors are locked just because until we identify that person on campus.
The guy was just chasing his dog into the school property.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
This type of stuff. Okay.
Right. Well, last year, here's a perfect example. Last year, there was a call into the Alton Police Department that a man was seen walking on College Avenue with a gun, with a rifle.
Yep.
Okay. So we go to secure. The person's not on our campus, but we go to secure out of an abundance of caution. When they find the person who was identified, he had a pool cue and a bag.
Oh.
And so there was never any imminent danger, but out of an abundance of caution, we go on to a secure. Well, that was mistaken as a lockdown as well, and it just was a secure, not just, but you understand what I'm saying,
Yeah,
being more. A lot of times we can't tell people the details behind the action, but we can tell you the action, and that can indicate the level of
severity.
concern.
Yeah,
Yes,
and I think that's
exactly.
a great note for the parents to realize too, and understanding those terms are really important.
Absolutely. And we know you'll see me looking because I'm being very careful about the language and the language we use when we communicate, because we still have a lockdown response, right? Which is, lights out, doors locked, you're out of sight. And that would mean that we are very concerned about your safety and you need to be on lockdown in the classroom. Of course, there's an evacuation response, which could be, a gas leak or, it just depends, but we could relocate a group of students to another location within the school, which would be evacuation of the classroom, or we could evacuate a building. That's potential too, and we would be able to communicate with the action evacuate. And then shelter is related to a weather response.
Okay, that's what I was
shelter would be
curious about.
tornado, or then they would go into the tornado. But shelter always comes with a note of which drill you're doing. We are doing lots of drills right now. So our schools are teaching our students and our staff so that we're really comfortable at flexing through those responses.
My question, I guess now is in terms of, and I've seen it whenever I was in high school, and it happens all over because nobody thinks that they can protect their kids better in any situation than parents, and there's nothing wrong with that. But my question is, what's the proper protocol for parents to follow? If let's say there is a situation at school, name whatever you want to throw out there, we have to go on lockdown. I know that some parents, or if there's a evacuation thing, parents want to get up there and grab the kiddos, but I feel like that's not the best practice for your guys' safety procedures because you have to account for everybody. What do you recommend parents doing in a time of emergency situations?
Well, I really appreciate you bringing that up because we do another piece to this that I didn't mention is we have an app called Crisis Go.
I was going to ask you about that.
And so all of our teachers, all of our staff members have Crisis Go, and when we're practicing these drills, it's linked to our student information system. So in Crisis Go, it is directly connected to Skyward Student. So when there's like these drills that we're going through this morning, each teacher has a roster, whatever list of students is supposed to be with that teacher that at that time of that event, they can go through their roster and report out that those students are with them or who's not with them at that time. So we know the location of the student, or we don't know the location of the student during an emergency. But keep in mind, if there's an actual emergency, law enforcement becomes the command. We are not the command, and so we're going to be following the direction of our law enforcement partner at that time. And we have, if there were an evacuation, we have a standard reunification protocol. Parents would be getting communication about what to do and what not to do. And I understand, we know our greatest responsibility is to keep our kids safe. I mean, we take that as our utmost priority. So, and I understand parents who want to advocate for their students, and we wish every student had a fierce advocate, right? So there's no problem. But I think also to keep in mind that if there were, to the point of student cell phones, our protocol, our response, if it's safe for students to access their phones, I can promise you we'll allow students to access their phone. But please allow the school and law enforcement to communicate what's actually happening in any event, because a bunch of parents showing up at the school, which, I don't think you were in high school when it happened, but we had that one year where students sent out this false bomb threat that had gone all across the United States. And it was a screenshot. And parents started showing up at the school because kids were like sending that same screenshot. Well, it had already been investigated. We knew it was a farce, and yet it disrupted the entire school day because, students, and I think some students were concerned, and I think some students were like, hey, this is a great distraction, let's get out of here. And we were communicating, there's no threat to your students' safety, we can assure you in this instance. And so I think keep in mind that we take your students' safety very seriously. We're not going to give you false reassurances. If we say it, it's because we know it's true. If we don't know, give us a minute to figure it out with our law enforcement partners. I
think that's really just a good point, especially for the parents to understand and identify the procedures that you already have in place, because that way it can be as efficient for everybody that's affected by that, but whatever situation it could be, gas leak all the way up to a more severe one, and it's good to know.
In this plan that we've developed, we also have, it has an opportunity to assign roles to district support personnel.
Cool. Yeah.
So if we had an event on campus, we've created these extended support teams where a group from our administrative center goes to the school, and we all have a role, and those roles are defined. And so someone is holding kids and keeping them safe. Somebody is checking in parents. Somebody is gathering, we will have a system if we need it.
That's really important. And before I let you go, I really appreciated your time.
Sure.
Is there anything else going on at the board level you want the public to be aware of yet, or how's the Board of Education working?
Well, I never miss a chance to show my gratitude for the Board of Education, because they are 7 volunteers. I mean, there's really no reason to get on the board unless you care about your schools and your community, right? Because it is, people think it's maybe 1 meeting a month, and it's usually about 50 meetings a year.
I was about to say those are.
Yeah, yes. But our board, is comprised of 7 people who represent the community, who care about our kids and our staff. And we just have a really great working relationship. They've been very fiscally responsible, and so our schools are in wonderful shape. You've seen the improvements that have happened over the years, and those are all in an effort to support Goal 1, creating an excellent atmosphere for students and staff. And so I thank you for bringing them up, because they're an amazing team of people, and we just feel like we're really united and trending well right now.
Absolutely. When's homecoming?
October 10th.
You're good. Look at that.
I know. I'm making me second guess.
That's pretty impressive.
I believe it's October 10th and if that's a Saturday, that's the dance, and maybe the 9th is the game, and then the parade before the game. So we love homecoming.
That's really cool. I really appreciate your time, and really just to talk about these 2 important issues, because I think sometimes it's all about just having an accurate conversation with the folks that are putting on the policy, not just what you hear on Facebook and social media or what you hear through the rumor mill. So really appreciate it, seriously.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate a chance to talk. Thank you.
We'll take a quick break, and we'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. I'll come back, and I do get paid to do this job, and wrap up this Wednesday morning right after this. Happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Plenty of car dealers, plenty of options for people to choose from. What's your formula for success, right?
Number one, you got to have a good bank, you got to have a good team, and you got to have loyal customers. It takes all 3 of those in order to make something work.
In a town like the size of ours, a good relationship with our customers is very important. You want them to know this is a place to come, just like you guys want people to know Carolyn Bank's a place to come.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelmarPublicHouse.com.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? Good, my guy. Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Libby Coops. Libby was a math major who graduated from Lewis and Clark in 2010. She's a math teacher and the girls golf coach at Edwardsville High School. She even has her LC diploma in her classroom and always tells her students how life-changing Lewis and Clark was for her.
I'm Libby Coops, and I'm a trailblazer.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Like the radio back in 94, you know. Hook the speaker up to my soul. It sounds like the radio. Sounds like a damn good time. Soaking up some neon light. Well, it's a little bit of fiddle and a whole lot of country gold.
It's really cool. Welcome back to our daily show. Sorry, we ran out of music bed, so you had to listen to nothing for a second. But life's good. In the studio, we got Vickie and Susan, Uncle Jeff's Shirts and More right next to Party on Broadway. How was our Thursday off to?
Great.
Good. Susan, how are you doing over there?
Wonderful. Glad to be here.
Well, now, fill me in on this. This sounds pretty cool. So what is an immersive T-shirt? I think that's just how we start.
You mean an immersive puzzle?
Yes, because it's with through the T-shirts, correct?
It's in our T-shirt shop.
Okay. That's okay. Now I'm figuring this out. So you have an immersive puzzle within the T-shirt shop.
Yes.
This is cool. Okay, because I thought at first, I'm like, how are you going to screen print these immersive puzzles? This is going to be difficult to do.
Magic.
Yeah, they are. My lead-ins aren't all winners. So let's get in and take me through this. How did this idea come about?
We were having a conversation and talking about a very unique painting that is in Mineral Springs, and when you have a mind like Susan's, it just happens like that.
That's so cool. Susan, take me through this. So how did your mind pick this apart a little bit and put it back together?
Well, when I realized that Jeff's T-shirt shop and Party on Broadway were in one of the most haunted buildings in America, it's like, and I do immersive experiences. I have Adventures of Intrigue in St. Louis, and we're like, this is a match made. So we decided we were going to do a pop-up escape room without the doors, without the thing, but a puzzling experience.
This is awesome.
But the first challenge that we had was, how do we do an experience about ghosts and not make the ghosts angry?
That's true. That's a very good point. It's a very good point. And how do you combat that step?
So basically what we did was we have an experience called Ghost Whisperers Wanted.
Okay.
Where we get to come in, and we've had it's a fictional account of a ghost hunter that came to town. Her name is Penelope Sims. And what we need to do, what she did is she came in, she realized how many ghosts that were there, and she decided there were too many. So her way of getting rid of them was to hide their favorite things. So now she's gone, and we have a bunch of angry ghosts.
Well, that's not very good. That's not a good problem to have.
But there are clues on how to fix it.
And we got to find their
And that's
items,
why we
I'm
need
sure.
ghost whisperers to come
This
and
is cool.
save the day.
So how do we sign up, and how are we a part of this?
So the link to sign up will be live over the weekend.
Okay.
We're going to be ready probably in a couple of weekends to make it go live. We'll do some testing. So you'll be able to go out to Uncle Jeff's or a Party on Broadway. I'll have like an event page that people can sign up. You'll pre-register, and then when you come in, you'll do your experience. We're thinking it's going to take about 45 minutes, give or take, to do the puzzle.
Well, it's still that's a great time period too, because you weren't there. You weren't there for too long, because I get nervous once it starts getting a little bit longer in the clock.
Well, that's the thing is, it's not timed.
Oh, that's even now
you
you're
get to
making
finish
this
your adventure.
Easy come on, you're making this too easy for me.
One of the things about Adventures of Intrigue, we're an open concept escape room, and we're bringing this into Jeff's T-shirt shop. We're bringing the open concept thing where you go into the different areas of the room, but there's no closed doors, there's no time clock. We take the stress out of the escape room, but we add the real fun to the escape room.
That's really cool. I think that's really a great idea. And now, take me through, so how long has Uncle Jeff Shirts and Party on Broadway been next to each other?
So we opened up Uncle Jeff's last September.
Okay.
And we do T-shirts in there, like, sarcasm, funny.
That's cool.
But then we also offer business apparel and promotional items that people can order.
That's fantastic. And now, is this gonna be throughout the escape room idea? Is this gonna be throughout the two stores? I'm guessing both of them, or is it just gonna be in Uncle Jeff's? Just Uncle Jeff's?
Just an Uncle Jeff's.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that way I'm not getting anybody confused over here, And now, before we go any further, take me through your background and your day-to-day with your prospective business too. This is really cool. I want to learn more.
Well, we opened in April of last year. We opened Adventures of Intrigue on Jefferson Street in St. Louis. We're actually from Edwardsville.
Okay.
For 15 years, we had our home haunt called Hotel Eville. And we had thousands of people come through our house, raised a lot of money for charity, realized we had a lot of stuff, and we needed to build I want to do something we could do all year. And so we found a 9,400 square foot facility, and we started a brand new immersive open concept escape room with 17 different adventures over there.
This is awesome. So where are you located at?
Right next to south of Johnny Brock's
in
St. Louis, so it's just over the river.
This is fantastic. How can we find out more information, and when can we go and have some fun?
IntrigueSTL.com.
I love this. I gotta learn more. This is cool. I love this. So that's seriously what gave you the idea? Just all the extra stuff you had lying around?
We had all the extra stuff, and we went to trade shows every year. And one year we went to one, and we saw this open concept idea. We went out to Syracuse, New York, went to the Museum of Intrigue, and we worked with them, and then we started Adventures of Intrigue here in St. Louis.
This is like the coolest thing. Look at this. You can go to the website right now. I'm here. And parties, events, different. Look at this. This is awesome. How long did it take to come up with a concept on this?
Well, my mind's a little bit strange, but
there you go.
But we signed the lease and we were open in about 4 months after that. So,
no kidding.
Yeah, it took us, but it's when you go in there, it's like you're portal to a different world.
Fan of this. So how do you come up with is it just your brain that produces these different scenarios?
Well, I have a wonderful team of people.
There you go.
But yes, I a lot of it is from my brain. For instance, when Vickie said we wanted to do this one here in Alton, I started doing a lot of research about Alton.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like incorporated into the game, there's old postcards
that
show different old buildings. Did you know that there was Army barracks here in Alton at one point? There is stuff about the Piasa bird. I learned how to pronounce the Piasa bird the right way.
Our Google Maps still doesn't, but we're working on that.
And Chief Watoga is one of our ghosts that we have to appease.
This is so cool. Now, what ages does this run? What are you recommending?
I would say 10 to 12 and over. Yeah, it's going to be a fun game, but it's going to be for families because that's the whole thing about Adventures of Intrigue. We're trying to get families to play together. Put the phones down and let's have some fun.
This is absolutely fantastic. I think this is a great idea. And now, just so I can get everything right again, how long are we running this for? Is it just one?
Indefinitely.
Oh, okay. This is even cooler. Okay, I like this a lot.
Even though we're bringing it out during the ghost season, it really fits into the atmosphere of the building.
I think so. Throughout the year, that's a great opportunity. And what's that date again we're launching?
I think it's like the 23rd.
The 23rd?
I have the registration link live on the 6th.
Yeah, we'll be testing in about a little over a week.
Who's testing this?
We're going to find some people to come in and test it. You want to do that?
Maybe. That sounds actually pretty fun. It's 10:19. We're going to take a quick break and come back with Vickie and Susan. We'll learn more about Adventures of Intrigue. We'll learn more about Uncle Jeff's shirts and more. We'll touch base on Party on Broadway and get you to sign up for this really cool immersive experience over here at Mineral Springs, correct?
Mm-hmm.
No better place for this. 10:19. Coming back with more right after this one.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
Do you need to declutter your space? Time to call me, the Queen of Junk. Since 1993, we have grown to be the leader in residential, commercial, and property management junk removal. At Sparks Junk Removal, we are eco-friendly. We recycle, donate, or repurpose items back into our community. Trash is our last resort to the landfill. Plus, with our all-inclusive service, our crews handle everything from labor to lifting and landfill fees. Give us a call or visit our website, sparksjunkremoval.net, to reclaim your space today.
When I got in the car accident at the ER, they gave me a prescription of hydrocodone. And over time, it took more medication to mask the pain. I moved over to drug seeking and found heroin and fentanyl. I went to the Centerstone rehab facility, and it was the best decision I ever made in my life. I have my own car, I have a job, there's nothing holding me back anymore.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Love is what I got, it's within my reach, and the subplot style's still straight from Long Beach. It all comes back to you, you're bound to get what you deserve. Try and test that, you're bound to get served. Love's what I got, don't start a riot. You feel it when the dance gets hot. Love is what I got. I said, remember that.
Welcome back. We're just chatting it up about a really cool escape room that's not going to leave you divorced afterwards and all that fun stuff. But I think it's so cool that you're making this, and you have this over at Envision Intrigue or Adventures of Intrigue. Thank you. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you, I'm having a hard time.
That was your first puzzle. Sorry,
I ain't gonna make it far. Adventures of Intrigue. This is cool. So it's $35 for a game, correct? Or 1 hour?
Yeah, it's for our games that are approximately an hour long. I say that because we don't have time limits.
Yeah.
We give multiple hints, and we have live actors in there that are part. It's all a mystical library where the stories have escaped the books, and you have to come in and solve the adventure, put the adventure back in the book so they can reshelf it.
This is so cool. I get the connect, because I was trying to put it all together. Like this is making total sense now. I'm a fan.
Right. But we have adventures from ages 4 to 94. If you're 95, we let you in anyway. But seriously, it's very disability inclusive. We're Culture City certified, and we have had all ages come in and just have a blast. But what we really like to see is the families playing together.
That's wonderful. Well, I'm sure. And to do something just totally different and to get the kids' imagination going a little bit too and having a good time.
We've had so many parents who just came up and said, thank you. We finally got our teenager out of his room, and he had such a blast here. So.
Now, real quick before we move on, what's your arcade arena?
Arcade Arena is interactive. It's like you're in a video game. It's 3 walls. It's about the size of this office. It's 3 walls that are interactive, and then there's 4 consoles. Wow. And it's actually in a 2,000 square foot room, so you can have a party and have people playing in the video game while you're doing it.
That's perfect. That's really cool. And then it's $30 per guest, 4 to 8 guests recommended on this. You can learn more again at IntrigueSTL.com.
Absolutely.
It's really fun. I got to play it
Did
yesterday, yes.
Oh, that's cool.
And just remember, we were started by local people. It's just 2 local people that, had a hobby, and so come on out and support us.
Turned it into a dream right there.
Yeah.
Well, and you're right, because a lot of, I don't think people realize, a lot of those are huge conglomerates that are nationwide. And that's cool, I guess, but to really support local, why don't we do it this way? This is awesome.
Absolutely.
How are things at Party on Broadway?
Things at Party on Broadway are good. We've got some fun fall projects on the calendar. Mm-hmm. We've also added some guest artists. So on the 6th, we have a class a workshop by Rhonda Willman. She's in Mooneyham Arts. What's really unique about Rhonda is in her background, she used to do real estate. Mm-hmm. She unexpectedly lost most of her vision. Wow. And she's channeled everything into her paintings. And so she comes in about once a month and gives a different type of workshop on fluid art painting. Wow. And she does a great job. She makes it fun. It's very educational. And she doesn't definitely let her disability stop her.
That's fantastic. And that's a really great thing. And how can we stay up to date on those dates? Just your Facebook page?
Mm-hmm. I also have them listed on Facebook events too, but they're on my calendar at Party on Broadway also.
Perfect, and we'll make sure to link those as well and make sure that folks are updated. And then getting into Uncle Jeff's shirts, how can we reach out for orders for business apparel and all that other good stuff?
So you can call me 314-795-9003, or you can send me a message at UncleJeffsT-shirts@gmail.com.
I love this. So getting back into the opening of this immersive escape room that's not timed, so you aren't going to scream and yell at somebody. You can have fun and enjoy. I like this. I really do, because I'm not good under pressure. There's nothing I can do well in a time limit. If you tell me a half hour, I'll spend a half hour trying to think of a way kind of not to do it, you know? We don't have to worry about that. September 23rd?
I think it's like the 23rd.
Okay. And now this is going to be open just throughout after it's open. And now are you planning on adding to it once you guys start to get going and get the wheels on this a little bit?
Yeah, I think we'll either update it or we'll do maybe different pop-up events that happen.
We could do like one where like the ghost of Casey Kasem's trying to get back his Billboard Top 100s.
Oh, that would be so much fun.
There you
If we can add a little disco.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm all in.
The only reason I listened to one of his rants today on his outtakes, he was a cursor, quite the cursor. I hope that my idea makes it through. That would be fun. Vickie, Susan, before I let you go, what else should we fill the public in on?
Just to support local. For me personally, follow my Facebook page so you can stay up to date. And if they have any requests, just reach out.
Really cool. Susan?
And just we're just glad to bring some family-based entertainment to the area, and Adventures of Intrigue or the pop-up event at Uncle Jeff's T-shirt shop.
I love it. We'll link everything in a write-up on RiverBender.com. 10:28 on this Thursday morning, the 4th day of September. A quick break. More Daily Show comes around the corner with Pastor Abert right after this. Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Plenty of car dealers, plenty of options for people to choose from. What's your formula for success, right?
Number one, you got to have a good bank, you got to have a good team, and you got to have loyal customers. It takes all three of those in order to make something work.
Yeah. In a town like the size of ours, you know, a good relationship with our customers is very important. You want them to know this is a place to come, just like you guys want people to know Carolyn Bank's is a place to come.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I. Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? Good, my guy. Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Libby Coots. Libby was a math major who graduated from Lewis and Clark in 2010. She's a math teacher and the girls golf coach at Edwardsville High School. She even has her LC diploma in her classroom and always tells her students how life-changing Lewis and Clark was for her.
I'm Libby Kuntz, and I'm a trailblazer.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
All right now, baby, it's all right now. All right now, baby, it's all right now. Let me tell you now.
Welcome back. Just a breaking news alert for you as Chris Rhodes and the team just officially hit the news alert button. We talked about this a couple of hours ago, but we will re-update you now. Authorities did close a stretch of MLK Drive. That's why we have that photo. That's from Chris Rhodes last night. They did close a stretch of MLK Drive after a pedestrian was fatally struck, prompting an active investigation by the local sheriff's department, Madison County, and the coroner's office. There's very few details on this at this time. We do know that the pedestrian was struck by a vehicle Wednesday night on MLK Drive between Godfrey Road and Northport Drive, authorities did say. Madison County Sheriff's Office, along with the Godfrey Fire Department, responded to this scene where firefighters and Alton Memorial Ambulance personnel provided medical attention to the victim. Despite their efforts, the victim did die at the scene of the crash. The Madison County Coroner's Office and the Accident Reconstruction Unit were called to assist this investigation. We'll keep you updated when more details do emerge from that, but wanted to keep you updated as that breaking news alert just hit your feed. We'll come back with Pastor Alan Abert and Alton Grace United Methodist Church right after this quick one on RiverBender.com and Roku TV.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Get fired if I don't get some sleep. My long lost buddies say I'm getting in too deep, but I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. I try so hard, I can't rise above it.
10:36. Welcome back to our daily show on this 4th day of September. Pastor Alan Abert with some big news, man. Glad to have you in the studio. How's life treating you?
Life is good, thank you. Just like you, busy, but good.
So the big news, I guess let's just get it, the cart before the horse, I guess, so to speak, is the fact that Alton Grace United Methodist Church is no longer in that iconic spot.
Correct. About 18 months ago, we began kind of visioning what our ministry was going to look like moving forward. And then the second question was, can we do that ministry without the weight of a building. And so we continued to work through it, and at the end of May, we put the building up for sale. In 48 hours after we put the building up for sale, we had received an offer, full price offer.
That's your message right there, that you can, I think that you're
it was one
good.
of the signs.
Yeah.
This has been a God moment from beginning to end.
Oh, I bet.
That was one of them. So we were able to sell the building to an incoming church from North County called El Bethel. They're a great community, and will do well on that corner. And what we had figured out was there was an underserved market at Asbury Village.
Yeah.
Underserved. There's like 220 people who live there, and they didn't have a 10 o'clock Sunday morning service. They also have a beautiful chapel there. So in contact with those folks, and we had some great discussions. And so when our building sold, we closed on July 31st. Our final was July 27th at the 7th and Henry location. And then on the first Sunday of August, we began worshiping out at Asbury Village. But worship is just part of what we're doing. We are maintaining our ministry partnerships. We have a big partnership with Crisis Food Center.
Yeah.
And that we've had for a long time. And then we've added something new at the beginning of this past year, where we basically have been inviting folks to lunch with us who have experienced some type of loss in their life.
Yeah.
And so we started with 17 people. We are meeting out at Moonlight the fourth Wednesday of each month, and we are now with 40 people there.
That's incredible.
So so what we've really done is said, look, we were able to knock out several birds with one shot here.
And I think that's such a really good point. I think just to touch on real quick, because so many people, and it's not really in terms of just religion and faith and the church building, but there's so many organizations around here that I think get tethered to their location, thinking, man, we got to stay here. This is where everyone knows, and they don't realize sometimes you can eliminate that space and grow from it.
Well, and churches are the worst.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
I mean, if we all were honest about it, if we all would say, what could we do if we weren't in this building, right? Yeah. And the beautiful, and so I'm here this morning to say Alton Grace sold but did not close.
Right.
And that's a big issue for us. And I will tell you that where we had 10 average in worship prior to this, we are now averaging 40 on Sunday morning. So it's all been good.
Let me ask you this. Now, when it comes to the Asbury Village services, are those just for Asbury Village?
No, they're open to the public.
No kidding.
But we're not really doing a full promotional push there. We can seat about 75, but we don't want to overrun the residents who are finding value. And so,
for sure.
But no, it's open to anyone who wants to come on Sunday morning.
And now I'm sure the folks in that Middletown area are kind of curious about the next future of the building that you guys were just at on 7th and Henry. Who's taking that over?
Well, so it's a church, and it's a plant out of North County called El Bethel. It is an African-American community, really sweet people. They had been without a church home building for about a year, and so this was perfect for them.
Yeah.
Because not only did we have the church property, but we also owned the old parsonage house that was in front. So they're able to make use of the entire thing. So they were blessed to be able to go in there, and we're blessed to be able to sell it and move on to the next step.
I love this for everybody. I think it's great for every side that's involved on this perspective coin.
Yeah. And the other part that I was finding is that members of the community were concerned that, hey, we have this iconic old building. I mean, the thing was built in 1880, and is it going to sit empty, or what's going to happen to it? Will people take care of it? And so we were able to answer all of those questions, and so hopefully we've left it a little bit better than what we found it.
Well, I think you did, and I think too it would be remiss not to talk about the efforts that everyone made to get people to come into the building beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys really did everything you could think of.
Yeah, since COVID, we've worked really hard with marginal success if you evaluate everything by numbers, and it just became clear is that as we were looking 2, 3, 4 years down the road, is that we weren't going to be able to grow in that location. So, and we've also been challenged by our conference to figure out something that's very uncomfortable, and that's to leave your building and go out into the community.
Yeah.
That's really, and so what we're doing at Asbury is not only are we going out into the community, we're actually building a new community.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
You have a new horizon in front of you guys, really, and for folks that I think are really missing out on that and really want that a part of their life, and I think that's so important to know too.
And I had made a call in my mind several years ago, is that we weren't, in the locations that we have with the 3 churches that I serve, we really weren't going to be able to build a family ministry. Because the traditional line of thinking is we need younger families, which is true. But if you don't have them, then what? Right? And I believe that we can build community with folks who have hair the same color as mine. And someday you're going to get there.
I'm already getting there now.
So.
But you're right. And I think that so many times, you hear all these organizations, whether it's a church or just a nonprofit, say, well, we need that next generation. We need the next generation. Maybe that next generation is the current generation already here. You know?
You have to develop the relationships with them. And that's really the key to it. I mean, if you don't have the relationships, then you're not going to have the trust to make the next step into a community. So.
Well, and now with that being said, too, the Elsa location, you guys are still.
Oh yeah,
serving.
we're still there. We last December, I think that must have been the last time I was here.
Yeah.
Last December, we celebrated the building's 150th anniversary.
And you had a really cool service
We
too.
had a cool service. We had it was on a Friday night, which is really unusual during Christmas season, and we. Had a nice crowd, so we rededicated the building for another, hopefully, 150 years. So it's still there. The baby of the family is on Hartford First, and it's only 105 years old. So
I love that.
So they don't qualify for the senior citizen discount necessarily.
No cheap coffee yet for the church.
Yeah.
Well, and it's really great. We're going to take a quick break, but I want to come back and talk about this a little bit more. As you guys see on your screen, developing a couple months ago, Alton Grace United Methodist Church did sell their building, that iconic one at 7th and Henry, but big conjunction there. They're at Asbury Village and continuing their mission and expanding. And Alan, thank you so much for stopping by and filling me in. We'll come back and continue this conversation after you stay there and help me pay some bills.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? What's good, my guy? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Dwight Wirtz, president of Wirtz Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. Dwight has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh-made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Back 10:46. You know, no one ever says that. Whenever I listen to the radio stations that I used to work at and everything, it's always like, you know, they give the time, you know, it's 10:46 on the, they never just say back. You know, it cuts down the language and gets us right back to the point. And that point is that Alton Grace United Methodist Church is hitting a new chapter in I think, a really good stride right now, Pastor. And, you know, for the folks that maybe have family members at Methodist Village that are still kind of learning about this, fill us in on this partnership. How can they be involved?
Well, they can be involved by two things. One, one of our goals was to be able to keep our social hour before church. So we have a fellowship half hour out there at 9:30 where we have donuts and coffee for folks. So everybody gets to come have donuts. So we're meeting a ministry right that way.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
The second thing is that in the worship service is that anyone who lives there, anybody who's there, any staff, residents, public, the worship service is open to the public. So that's not, and what we're also doing in building this sense of community is that we're inviting the folks to participate in the ministry of the church. And here's an example. So with our partnership with Crisis Food Center, they put out an all-call about a month ago of needing personal care items, right, for folks. So we held a little drive right there at Asbury and collected 80 into personal care items that I delivered yesterday.
Nice.
So they're not only do they get to come to worship, but they get to participate in the ministry of the church. And so that's the win-win of all of this.
What we're also going to do is we're going to link your Facebook page to our article this time around and on top of your website so folks can see the Alton Grace side of things too, because you guys have a lot of really good information that keep people up to date. You manage it well.
Yeah, I kind of need to update it some more.
I need to win the lottery on Saturday.
Don't even. I have, not me personally, but I have extended family who've told me that they'll take care of me after they win the lottery.
Okay. No, there you go. See, why you don't have to bother then. Yeah. But really some good information, and just going to bring you to their Facebook page real quick for the ones that are watching at home or on Roku today or on your phones. This is their Facebook page.
Yeah, can I talk about the hate divides?
Yeah, okay.
Up there a little bit.
Yeah, here, let me zoom in so you can see that.
Sure. So about 3 weeks ago, I think you might have read a story out of Breeze, Illinois, that there was a billboard up in front of Breeze High School that was recruiting young people to a particular organization. I don't want to comment on the organization, but obviously it was one that created upset within the community.
Quite a firestorm.
And so the billboard came down, but what the Illinois Great Rivers Conference did is that they put up a billboard that has been running over on the Missouri side. It's this program, Hate Divides and Love Unites. Mm-hmm. And it's, to me, it's one of the few times in the United Methodist Church where I have really felt compelled to stand out and say, hey, look, who cannot get behind this message?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Right, left, centrist, I don't care. Who cannot get behind that message? So,
you hit it on the head.
But if we're not busy enough, so I said, well, what about here? Mm-hmm. About Alton? So we've been gifted with some money, still willing to be gifted for more, and we're going to launch that billboard on Homer Adams Parkway.
Wow!
At the corner of Homer Adams and Quality Cadillac.
You're giving us some great news today. A lot of it.
And so that will launch for 4 months, and then we're going to begin to build out. I've entered in an agreement at the East Alton Ice Arena to put an ad down on their boards, so it was time for the church to step up and make a statement. I had a sermon a couple weeks ago which basically said that if anything offends your senses, what are you doing about it?
Yeah.
And so our conference, in my mind, responded to what went on down in Breeze. And so I said,
I think this is so important.
So this is a message. So the first board will hit on there, and then as more money comes in, that we're able to purchase more, and then we're going to start doing some other things.
Some PSAs on the Daily Show. In all seriousness,
maybe I just ought to take this thing over. For
that's
as often
right.
As I'm
please,
here, right? Yeah.
But really important though, and I think that's such an important point right now, especially with where we're at in society, is that no matter what side you're on, there's always some craziness and some static, and it takes us away from our mission in life, because we always get way too invested in folks that are never going to meet us or talk with us or pick up a phone call, and we kind of wear that on our sleeve. And I think it's so important that as a church, guys are saying, I don't give a darn necessarily who you represent. Let's come together and love each other more. And I think that's so important.
Well, it really is. And it's something that you say, this is something the church should have been done a long time ago. We talked about 7th and Henry location. In the olden days, 7th and Henry location, as with most churches, was a big influencer in the neighborhood. When people needed something, they came to the church. Yeah. Well, the church ceded that authority over the years, and not just that one, but all churches. And so the government steps in, and the government begins to provide social services. Yep. And then what happens is that when the government finds out they can't manage those properly, right, then it falls back. Then money runs out, and then the churches are called to do what? Step up and do what they should have been doing all along first. So for me, right now, at this time in my life, my ministry, and the world around us, it's time to say enough. Enough of the discourse, and let's try to figure out how we can start to find common ground.
I agree.
Right. So that's what this is really all about. So
this is fantastic.
And we're called to love as Christ has loved us. So if that's the call, that's the ministry, then the rest of it should be really easy. That said, that's an oversimplification.
Yeah, you're right about that. But I think, honestly, Pastor, thanks so much for every bit of news you filled us in on today. And just to recap real quick, if you're just tuning in, on this Thursday, number one, it's like 9,000 degrees in the studio. I'm sweating like Elvis at the end. But Alton Grace United Methodist Church, just a couple of months ago, sold the building to another church. El Bethel is now moving in. It's going to be a great addition for them. They needed a space. Alton Grace United Methodist Church, now at Asbury Village, open to the public, but really that primary goal is to provide that need for the residents that live there. And then Elsa's location's great. Hartford's still up and running as a baby at 105.
Sounds strange to say that, but yeah, absolutely. And so we have services at Elsa. We're beginning on the 21st of September. We're moving the start time to 8:30.
Okay.
10 o'clock out at Asbury, 11:15 at Hartford, worship times.
There you go. And for more information, we'll link you to the Alton Grace United Methodist Facebook page and the websites for all of those so you can stay up to date. But thanks so much for stopping by.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Some good,
appreciate it.
Good news. 10:54, a little bit of change. We'll take a quick break, and I'll wrap up the Thursday morning. And that it was right after this. On RiverBender.com down in Miami, Florida studios. Accidents happen in a heartbeat, but lives change forever. Whether it's a car crash, workplace injury, medical malpractice, or wrongful death, you don't have to face the consequences alone. Keith Short and Associates brings over 33 years of experience and a reputation for fighting fiercely for your rights. For relentless representation that you can trust, call Keith Short and Associates at 618-254-0055 today for a free consultation.
Plenty of car dealers, plenty of options for people to choose from. What's your formula for success, right?
Number one, you got to have a good bank, you got to have a good team, and you got to have loyal customers. It takes all three of those in order to make something work.
Yeah. In a town like the size of ours, a good relationship with our customers is very important. You want them to know this is a place to come, just like you guys want people to know Carrollton Bank's a place to come.
Discover Del Mar Public House, located in Godfrey's historic Clifton Schoolhouse. Enjoy bold flavors like homemade falafel, fish and chips, and rotating pasta favorites. Relax with local beers, half-price wine bottles, and summer poutine nights. The only thing missing is you. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Del Mar Public House, where great food, drinks, and friends come together. DelMarPublicHouse.com.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
What's up? It's my Keith. What's up, bro? Good, my guy. back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it. This is Libby Coots. Libby was a math major who graduated from Lewis and Clark in 2010. She's a math teacher and the girls golf coach at Edwardsville High School. She even has her LC diploma in her classroom and always tells her students how life-changing Lewis and Clark was for her.
I'm Libby Coots, and I'm a trailblazer.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Looking for the best barbecue in Madison County? Head over to Carver's Barbecue in Godfrey, Illinois. From loaded barbecue nachos to mouth-watering pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and more, Carver's serves up award-winning flavors you'll love. Family-owned, Carver's is all about fresh, made in-house dishes served daily. Come visit us at 2716 Groveland in Godfrey, or give us a call at 618-467-9999. Order online, get it catered, or stop by for the best smoked meats around. Where great flavors meet family tradition, you'll find Carver's Barbecue.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Sitting in the sun, I'm sure it'll hit me when I walk through that door tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna miss her. Oh, looky there, I've got a bite.
Welcome back. Daily Show on Thursday. It was a good one. I liked the show. Hope you did too. Hey, real quick, if my internet will get back to working. Wanted to fill you in real quick and just give a big shout out to Coach Brian Hayner at Marquette Catholic. He reached his 400th win in college and high school soccer. That's a big deal. Over 2 decades of dedication. That's a really big accomplishment. It was a 10-0 triumph Tuesday, September the 2nd over Waterloo Jabot. Congratulations to Coach Brian Hayner. His record stands at 400-249 with 61 ties. That's pretty impressive. And just wanted to give a big shout out before I signed off the show today. With that being said, see ya. I'm out of time, and I'll see you as we wrap up our week tomorrow. So join me then, won't you? Till then, all I need you to do is one thing. Let's try your best to stay out of jail.